The backstage reaction to AEW World Champion Jon Moxley getting spikes stuck in his back on this week's edition of AEW Dynamite has been revealed. AEW cites irreparable harm in a motion to keep Ryan Nemeth's AEW contract confidential in the ongoing lawsuit against the company, Tony Khan and CM Punk. We've got details on the Wyatt 6 WWE status amid their recent absence from WWE television. Could TNA World Tag Team Champions the Hardy Boys be set to appear at WrestleMania? Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling reportedly are looking into signing talents into exclusive contracts with the company. The reason why Swerve Strickland in this week's edition of AEW Dynamite has been revealed. Plus, WWE planned for John Cena and Cody Rhodes' Raw confrontation to last just 15 minutes this past Monday in Brussels. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Before we begin, a reminder, you can join the WN365 roster by clicking that join button. You get your badges, your emojis, and your exclusive members-only content. Already, we've got match rewatch series there. We've got plenty of extra content coming soon, including gaming, yes, retro games, the old WWE SmackDown, SmackDown vs. Raw, TNA Impact, WCW games as well are all coming exclusive for members. So if you haven't already, be sure to join the WN365 roster. Click the join button. The link's also in the video description below. Let's begin with today's stories. Talking about Jon Moxley. Coming out of the March 19th edition of AEW Dynamite, all anyone could talk about was Jon Moxley being impaled on spikes during his brutal street fight with Cope. Moxley was suplexed onto Cope's weapon Spike, a piece of wood embedded with tons of nails and spikes, with the spikes visibly piercing Moxley's skin, with Wheeler Yuta and the referee having to remove the weapon. A report from Fightful Select suggests the backstage reaction to the spot was, quote, wild, with a lot of disbelief that the trigger was pulled after over a decade of teasing such a spot on mainstream US wrestling television. Prior to Spike, Abyss famously had Janice in TNA in the 2010s, but anytime the monster used the weapon, it was usually gimmicked to blow someone wearing clothes or padding, never the bare skin, and never with someone being dropped onto the weapon from a height. Of course, deathmatch federations in the US indie scene, never mind the notorious 1990s deathmatch boom in Japan, wouldn't blink twice at spots like that. The spot had predictably divided wrestling fans online, whilst others have questioned why this match didn't take place on the recent Revolution pay-per-view rather than the much maligned regular match between the two talents. What was your reaction to this? Do you think AEW, Jon Moxley, Cope and Tony Khan went too far, or is it just people looking to complain over a creative spot? Let me know your thoughts about it. Let me know your reaction to it. Discuss, as always, in the comments section below. Now, a big update here when it comes to Ryan Nemeth's lawsuit against AEW, Tony Khan and CM Punk. Now, All Elite Wrestling have filed a new motion on March 20th in relation to Ryan Nemeth's lawsuit, arguing that Nemeth's talent contract should be kept under seal. AEW have argued irreparable harm would be caused to the promotion if the terms of Nemeth's contracts became accessible to competitors. Quote, any public interest in obtaining access to the terms of the agreements is outweighed by AEW's legitimate interest in maintaining the confidentiality of the contractual relationship at issue. Moreover, maintaining confidentiality of the terms between AEW, its wrestlers, and former wrestlers such as Respondent is essential for AEW to remain competitive in the wrestling industry, and allowing the agreements to be filed on the public docket will result in substantial and irreparable harm to AEW's and petitioners Khan's business, which harm cannot be reduced or eliminated through any other reasonable means. Moreover, redaction or any other means will not cure the harm that petitioners stand to suffer if terms of AEW's confidential business relationships become accessible by its competitors, AEW wrote in the March 20th motion. Ryan Nemeth, of course, filed a lawsuit on February 14th against AEW, the president of the company, Tony Khan, and former AEW World Champion and now WWE Superstar CM Punk, alleging assault, breach of contract, breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, and intentional interference with prospective advantage. AEW and Tony Khan have filed to move the lawsuit to private arbitration, citing a clause in Nemeth's contracts that any disputes be resolved in Duval County, Florida. Of course, we get any more details on that lawsuit, we'll let you know in a future video. There have been a lot of questions recently about the status of the Wyatt Six on WWE television, and according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, the Wyatt Six appear to be on the road back. This week there have been quite a lot of aggregations, many incorrect, regarding Alexa Bliss, that led to Fightful Select reporting they've learned more about the Wyatts. On Wednesday's The Hump, Sean Ross Sapp noted that Alexa Bliss had been removed from some WrestleMania week stuff, later confirmed to be WWE World. Now, Fightful have been told there's a possibility she could be added back. Fightful do stress they never reported anything else regarding her WrestleMania week schedule. Fightful say they've been told that Alexa Bliss is fine, not injured, and there are no issues between she and WWE. On the Wyatt Six side of things, Bo Dallas, a.k.a. Uncle Howdy, a.k.a. Taylor Rotunda, has been sidelined for quite a while, which led to the group being off television. However, Fightful Select has learned that he has been cleared. Fightful have heard that there have been creative discussions regarding the return of the group. However, they've not been told if it's happening imminently. There are tentative plans to use them, but the company is waiting until, quote, the time is right. PWN had also mentioned that Alexa Bliss was fine after social media and online rumors went crazy this week regarding her status with the organization. Could TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boys, be competing on the grandest stage of them all? Well, on the March 14th episode of SmackDown, the Street Profits defeated DIY to claim the WWE Tag Team Championships. But it seems there's another big challenge waiting just around the corner. Writing in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reported that a multi-team WWE Tag Team title match is in line for a spot on the WrestleMania card. Meltzer added that although it's not something he's been told, he wouldn't be surprised to see Matt and Jeff Hardy added to the bout, which could become a ladder match. He said, quote, "It appears a multi-team match would take place for the SmackDown Tag Team titles with new champions the Street Profits versus DIY, Angel Umberto, Motor City Machine Guns, and Pretty Deadly. This has not been told to me, but I could see this being a ladder match and having the Hardys in it." While running down the card, Meltzer said Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, Jay Cargill versus Naomi, and Bron Breakker versus Penta for the Intercontinental title are likely, but there's a chance they could run in on television. Now, fans looking to enjoy some pre-WrestleMania speculation, Matt Hardy has confirmed he and Jeff will return to WWE in the future. Speaking after the Hardys' recent clash with NXT Tag Team Champions Fraxium, Matt said the pair have some stuff on their schedule with WWE, but declined to go back into any further detail. A big update here when it comes to Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling could be set to move beyond simply being an independent wrestling promotion which books free agents and wrestlers from major promotions like All Elite Wrestling, TNA, and New Japan. According to Mike Johnson of PW Insider, Maple Leaf Pro are currently looking into signing several talents to exclusive guaranteed contracts. There is no word on who Maple Leaf Pro are exploring signing, but the promotion is believed to be looking to lock down at least 2 or 3 talents at the moment. The Scott D'Amore-owned company is aiming to sign several wrestlers as they are planning to expand into more markets and attempt to secure potential TV deals in 2025. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling was launched by Scott D'Amore in 2024. The promotion recently held their second set of shows on March 14th and March 15th, and the company will run a show in Northern Rising at Maple Leaf Gardens on May 11th. Maple Leaf Pro have wholly run shows in Canada so far, and the promotion is looking into buying more goods from the Great White North amidst ongoing tensions with the United States. Swerve Strickland. Many wondered whether former AEW World Champion and current number 1 contender for the title was this week on AEW Dynamite. Despite being the number 1 contender for the AEW World Championship, Swerve Strickland was nowhere to be seen on the March 16th Dynamite as Jon Moxley retained the title against Cope. Whilst many All Elite Wrestling staffers and talent missed the show in Omaha, Nebraska due to extreme weather conditions, a report from Fightful Select suggests that Swerve's absence was due to his recent eardrum injury, with Strickland kept off the road to recuperate. Strickland revealed during the post-Revolution press conference on March 9th that he had a perforated eardrum, with it assumed that the injury occurred during his hard-hitting match with Ricochet on the pay-per-view. It is unknown if Swerve's eardrum injury has caused AEW to change any major plans, with it typically taking between 3 to 6 weeks for the injury to heal on its own, although in some cases it can take months for the injury to fully heal. Strickland is currently slated to face Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship at AEW Dynasty on April 6th in Philadelphia. And finally, as many people suspected, the segment between Cody Rhodes and John Cena this past Monday on Raw from Brussels, Belgium, ran quite a lot over time. time was ultimately cut from later segments on the March 17th edition of Monday Night Raw because WWE planned for the opening exchange between John Cena and Cody Rhodes to last just 15 minutes. John Cena made his first appearance since turning heel on the March 17th episode of WWE Raw, during which he broke up with the fans. Cody Rhodes then interrupted Cena and told the 16-time world champion to find himself because he doesn't want to wrestle this whiny bitch at WrestleMania 41. It emerged following the show that WWE Raw plans had to change while the event was live because of the Cena-Rhodes segment running long. WrestleVotes has reported on WrestleVotes Radio that the segment only went long because WWE allotted just 15 minutes for the opening exchange. The confrontation between John Cena and Cody Rhodes ultimately lasted around half an hour. Quote, "After speaking to sources regarding this past Monday's Raw, we are told the beginning of the show went longer than initially planned as the opening segment between John Cena and Cody Rhodes was slated for just 15 minutes. Due to the overrun in segment number 1, much of the content then featured on WWE social accounts such as Maxine Dupree, Natalia, Alpha Academy segment, along with Bayley, Lara Valkyria spots were indeed planned for the live broadcast. In addition, the now slightly controversial matchup between Jey Uso and Austin Theory was planned for 8 minutes of in-ring action post Jey's commercial break entrance, which of course ended much shorter, WrestleVotes said. John Cena and Cody Rhodes will go one-on-one for the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41. Cena aligned with The Rock as part of his heel turn, but Dwayne Johnson was not mentioned during the Cena-Rhodes Raw confrontation. There is said to be a reason why The Rock wasn't brought up, however, that is yet to be confirmed. So there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. A reminder, you can join the WN365 roster by clicking that join button. The link's also in the video description below. And as you can see on the sidebar, you can see all the upcoming watch-alongs and post-shows that we've got planned. We've got, obviously, SmackDown next Friday. Then the following episode of Monday Night Raw, I'll be doing a live watch-along and a post-show for both. In addition to that, we will be live for a watch-along and a post-show for AEW Dynasty at the beginning of April. And, of course, we'll be live for both nights of WrestleMania, as well as episodes of Raw and SmackDown in and around WrestleMania Week 2. So be sure to join us there, subscribe, click that notification bell, and you'll be notified, indeed, when we go live. Appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across it today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.